Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Kansas City is turning blue for the Sweet 16. And while some of the games in the NCAA tournament tip off tonight, the Cats will not take the floor until late tomorrow night. Today we heard from coaches and players about the upcoming game against Houston. To get you set for tomorrow, let's send it out to Kansas City, where WYMT's Will Puckett and Marcus Browning are standing by. Guys?
Steve, hello from a rainy Kansas City. I'm joined by our sports director, Marcus Browning. And Marcus, a lot of Kentucky fans might be looking at this matchup against the Cougars of Houston and thinking, wow, Kentucky's a big favorite in this game.
And they really are. They come into this ball game. Houston is a 3 seed in the Midwest region, and despite having that 3 seed, they feel like they aren't getting respect, despite Houston having one of the best defenses statistically in the country. While Houston boasts a 33-3 record, they are embracing that role of the underdog against Kentucky in what is the Battle of the Cats.
You know what we got to do to get the job done. And you know, we're only worried about what we can control. We can't control them. We can control us. We can control our effort and our energy. And that's the one thing that coaches stress to us. Don't go in this game afraid. Don't go in this game nervous because we're playing Kentucky. No. You know what I'm saying? We're the Houston Cougars. We're the underdogs. We got that chip on our shoulders, and we're always going to play with that chip.
So the Wildcats, of course, Will, are once again considered the hunted. I'll have more on what the Wildcats are thinking as they once again play with the target on their back.
An interesting quote I saw from one of the Cougars players was, we're not playing Kentucky. We're playing P.J. Washington. We're playing Nick Richards. I think that's a really good attitude. Yep. Well, Marcus, you talk about being the hunted. We went hunting today looking for some members of Big Blue Nation. And an interesting tidbit today is that today's the opening day of the MLB season.
Big day.
Yeah, big day for sure. And Kansas City Royals, they have their colors are royal blue. And so you'd see some royal blue across Kansas City and be, hey, there's a Kentucky fan. But unfortunately, they were Kansas City Royal fans. However, this building we're standing to right next door to us is the College Basketball Experience and the Hall of Fame. As we were searching for members of Big Blue Nation, we ran into a group that's always loud. The University of Kentucky Marching Band. The group was heading in to spend a few hours out of the rain inside the experience, hoping to relax and have a little bit of fun before cheering on their Wildcats tomorrow night.
It's a unique experience, you know. While everyone gets to watch at home, you get to be right there, which is really exciting. And you get to kind of represent the school, but also help the team in a sense of just kind of give that support that they need. We kind of are like the away game student section, so it's really nice to have that opportunity.
The away game student section, Marcus, and a couple of those Cougars players said, we know Kentucky's going to have more fans than us, and so they're ready for it. I know Kentucky fans are ready for it, and that band, they're ready for it. Steve, Marcus will be back in sports. I'll be back at 6. For now, live in Kansas City, he's sports director Marcus Browning. I'm Will Puckett. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Marcus and Will, thank you very much. Now we will get you ready for the Sweet 16 tomorrow night. You can watch Kentucky and Houston will tip off around 10 o'clock on TBS, the last game of the day. We hope to carry the post-game news conferences on a late edition of Sports Overtime sometime after midnight. A town in central Kentucky is already welcoming home a national championship team today. Georgetown College earned its 3rd NAIA championship Tuesday. Fans packed into the Davis Reed Alumni Gym this morning to celebrate the Tigers' victory. Georgetown beat the Carroll College Saints 68-48 to take home the championship. It's the 2nd national title for Coach Chris Biggs in 7 years.
Well, plenty of sunshine across eastern Kentucky, and our big story now going to be increasing cloud cover as our next system works in. The guys, they're in Kansas City, and that system going to be working our way here in the next couple of days. For now, latest image of the Mountain Parkway, you'll notice some of those wispy clouds, the cirrus clouds high up, starting to work into the north. To the southeast, we're completely fine. Notice Whitesburg looking at plenty of sunshine and should be a nice sunset. Be sure to send those photos to us tonight on Facebook and Twitter. You'll notice that cloud cover up to the north as you work across Interstate 64 and into portions of the Mountain Parkway. Of course, temperatures they're quite nice. We're talking lower 70s, upper 60s for some, with 69 in Bell County and a cool 63 in Wise, Virginia. So as we go throughout tonight, we will be looking at the clouds slowly increasing, the sunshine slowly fading away. We are going to be staying warm until that cold front brings rain chances and a much cooler pattern. We'll break down everything you need to know, Steve, coming up in a few short minutes.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Ivanka Trump was back in the Bluegrass today. It's her second visit to Kentucky, touting workforce development. The daughter of and advisor to President Trump toured the Toyota plant in Georgetown this morning. Garrett Weimer tells us more about her visit.
During her time here in Georgetown, Ivanka Trump applauded Toyota's training efforts and spoke of the need for more workforce development nationwide. It's something she's been vocal about, and it's what brought her back to the Bluegrass, touring the Toyota plant with company executives and Governor Matt Bevin. She learned about the company's training program and met with workers, even took some time for pictures with them. Toyota leaders signed the pledge to America's workers, an effort to encourage companies to train their workers well and help them grow. The company pledged 200,000 new apprenticeship, skills training, and other development opportunities.
Here at Kentucky.
At a roundtable discussion, Toyota execs, workforce development program leaders, and students joined Trump and the governor, talking about making sure Kentucky workers have the skills needed to continue to grow the engineering and manufacturing industries.
I can tell you that the federal government and the White House are laser focused on ensuring that this country's greatest asset, which is our workforce, is prepared to fill the jobs of today and the jobs of tomorrow.
Trump said there are open jobs and people who need them. The key is making sure they're on the right path to be able to do those jobs. In Georgetown, Garrett Weimer, WYMT Mountain News.
This is Ivanka Trump's second visit to Kentucky in the past 5 months. She toured workforce development programs in eastern Kentucky last fall. We have a health alert to tell you about tonight. State officials say there's been a sudden increase in E. coli cases linked to fast food. The health department has confirmed 19 cases of E. coli reported between March 5th and the 25th. Most of those cases are in central Kentucky and all involve children or teenagers. Health officials say those infected had, quote, extensive exposure to fast food. The man accused of crashing into and killing Louisville police officer Deidre Mengedote has been arrested again. Roger Burdett returned to the Louisville Metro Detention Center this morning. He was charged with a violation of home incarceration after failing a drug test. As part of home incarceration, Burdett was not allowed to consume alcohol or drugs. Burdett is charged with murder and DUI in connection with the crash that killed Mengedote. There is a large police presence today in a rural area of Lincoln County after human remains were found. Those remains were discovered this afternoon in the South Fork community under a train bridge. Police have an area roped off with crime scene tape and are not allowing air crews to get very close. We do not know if this is a man or a woman or how long the remains have been there, but people say it is common for people, even children, to walk over this bridge. The president told Republicans this week he wants health care to be a major issue in 2020. His administration is seeking to overturn the Affordable Care Act in the courts, but Democrats say not without a fight. Earlier this week, the Justice Department filed a court document in support of striking down the Affordable Care Act, President Obama's signature health care law. Democrats credit their health care platform with winning the House in 2018. They say the White House is in for a fight.
All would be ended if the president gets his way. We will fight that. We'll fight that in the Congress. We'll fight it in the court, and we'll fight it in the court of public opinion.
The answer is for the administration to work with Congress and present a plan to replace and fix the law.
While the debate plays out, health care coverage for tens of millions is at risk if the law is struck down. The Trump administration's efforts to repeal much of the health care law failed in the Senate in 2017 when the late Senator John McCain gave a thumbs down vote. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, WOW Airlines abruptly went out of business this morning, leaving passengers in limbo. You'll hear from some of them.
Those temperatures are warm, but the question is, when are they going to cool down? We'll talk about your upcoming rain chances and that weekend forecast in 4 minutes.
This Small Faith Appalachia is hosting a big community health fair here in the city of Jenkins. I'll have more coming up on WYMT.
When you see news happening, dial star 57 or text your news tip to 5757. Service is provided by Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
I'm Bob Hutchison from the Hutch Auto Group. It's the madness of March, and here are the plays of the day. The 2019 Chevy Spark is $11,416, or drive it today for $163.